Hello, one and all, and welcome to another episode of MMA Vision Analysis. This one, I'm here to talk about the former lightweight champion in the UFC, Charles Oliveira, and his recent remarks regarding his future. But before getting started, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and click that notification to get all of this that is new from this channel, your channel, the one and only MMA Vision Analysis. Charles Oliveira, and the last time he was in the octagon, he lost to Arman Tsarukyan, obviously, in somewhat of a disappointing night for Oliveira. And I say that for many reasons. I don't think Oliveira really kind of showed the best that he had during that night. And he was somewhat unfortunate. I don't remember what round it was, but he clearly had Tsarukyan out on his feet, though the latter was able to be saved by the bell. All respect to Tsarukyan here, whether we like it or not. He is a title contender at this point. Perhaps Tsarukyan is set to face the winner of Islam versus Poirier, perhaps sometime end of the year, early year 2025. That being said, Charles Oliveira has already defeated Justin Gaethje, recently had a fight with Arman Tsarukyan, and obviously he's lost to the champion Islam Makhachev. With that being said, Charles Oliveira does not see any matchup in that lightweight division currently that intrigues him, and I kind of agree with him. I wouldn't say that I'm necessarily opposed to Charles Oliveira stepping up in weight to welterweight, to fight welterweights. I just don't know how he would match up against top 5 welterweights. I don't think it's a wise idea for Charles to rush this move up to welterweight. I really do believe that he has to build that frame properly, gain the right amount of muscle mass to help him compete against the big boys. Those guys, I think, walk around easily at 190, perhaps some of them 200 pounds. So they are bigger men for certain. And when you're fighting them, you expect a 200-pound man to be in front of you. Charles Oliveira probably walks around at about 100, maybe 75 pounds, soaking wet. So he's going to have to gain the proper muscle mass prior to his move up to welterweight. And if he was to move up to welterweight, I would not suggest that he fights a top 5 fighter, at least not initially. He has to kind of just kind of feel what it's like to be in heavier weight class. I'm sure he spars with bigger guys all the time. Sparring is one thing, and when the octagon door closes, a whole different thing. Those guys are there to protect their reputation, and they're not gonna I bet even a top 15 guy is not gonna take it well for a lightweight to come up and defeat them, despite Charles Oliveira being former lightweight champion. But I wouldn't put past Charles Oliveira to gain the right amount of muscle mass and perhaps face a top 10 guy in his first outing in the welterweight, if this fight was to happen before he reaches the top echelons of the division. If he was to jump into the top 5 right away, I think Charles Oliveira is in for a rude awakening. If you made it this far, I appreciate you for sticking around. Please let me know what you think in the comments and like, subscribe for more.